Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now a few months ago we took a look at the Minisforum Elite Mini B550. Not only could this tiny gaming PC play games right out of the box thanks to the Ryzen 7 5700G and integrated Radeon graphics, but it could be transformed into a fully fledged desktop computer thanks to the bundled PCI Express graphics card dock. I'd actually recommend watching that video before continuing with this one just for some context. The link will be in the description, and so will a link to the product page. So admittedly I had a couple of concerns with this thing. The first was regarding the compatibility of my power supply. I couldn't connect it to the dock because the holes in the plastic didn't line up with the clip on the 24-pin connector. Furthermore, the included white cables were of some concern because you can't mix and match these unless you can be sure that the pinouts match on the modular PSU you're using. I ended up using an older non-modular unit. Finally, when it was connected, it just sort of sat there on the desk next to the PC. This wasn't a big deal, it was just untidy. Thankfully, Minisforum seemed like a really good company who actually listened to and act upon customer feedback, so today I wanted to bring you a quick update regarding the changes to this small but mighty unit. First and foremost, my good old Seasonic PSU now actually connects to the new and improved dock. The hole for the clip has been enlarged. I've also been told that you'll no longer get all of the white cables included in the package, just the 10-pin power cable which runs from the PC to the dock. This is in response to the point that modular cables can't be mixed, and if you buy a modular PSU, you get the appropriate cables included anyway. The next change caters to both functionality and aesthetics. To get more performance out of the B550, you can of course add a discrete GPU as we discussed and tested before. This works an absolute treat, and pairing my 3050 with the 5700G and 16 gigs of memory really brought out the best of this machine in my previous benchmarks. I didn't mind too much about the fact that the power supply just sat on the table next to the PC, but apparently others did. So Minisforum actually built an extension bracket to accommodate ATX and SFX PSUs. This came included with all the appropriate screws, numbered in bags for convenience sake, along with a new instructional setup manual. I received these separately, but when you buy the B550, everything you need will come included in one package with the unit itself. As a reviewer, I just get sent things individually as things change or get improved. Attaching this new extension is really simple, just a few screws hold it in place, and the same goes for the power supply. Now I'd actually recommend an SFX or Micro ATX PSU, one of those will fit on here better and look neater overall. My Seasonic one is full size and can go either way with the fan facing in or out. At first I thought I couldn't use the included power adapter cable as the location of the 3-pin socket prevented me from plugging it in. This could be resolved with a non-right angle cable or perhaps a slight tweak in the frame's design. After a few more minutes though, I realised that it did indeed fit if I plugged it in first and then ran it through the frame of the expansion before screwing the power supply in place. I'd still have to strongly suggest getting a smaller form factor unit though, it just makes things a little less fiddly to set up and it's less of a tight fit overall. Even if you buy one of these systems and end up not using the dock or an external graphics card, the other improvements make setting up and using this thing straight out of the box a more straightforward experience. And I'm going to have to commend Minisforum for taking consumer advice on board. I'm still as fascinated by this transformable mini PC as I was back in April, and to end, here are a few more benchmarks of different games that we didn't test first time around. Be sure to check out my original review for more performance metrics. Again, the link is below. Of course, the Ryzen 7 5700G has a lot more to give and could easily be paired with a fast GPU. Not often will you see this 8-core 16-thread chip exceed 50% usage, though crowded in-game areas will cause this figure to increase. That said, you won't see much stutter caused by the processor unless the game is known for it anyway. I like this mini PC, and I like mini PCs in general. It is of course worth checking out how pricing compares to building something of similar spec yourself where you live, but remember there are a few different configuration options and you could buy a completely bare bones one of these if you wanted. I think it's certainly a niche product for sure, but I certainly hope to see more of those. I'm glad to see Minisforum continuing to make changes and tweaks that benefit us as consumers too. Thank you very much for watching then. This was just a quick update. I wanted to revisit this little PC anyway because, to be honest, it's just fun to set it up and play games on it from time to time. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, leave a dislike if you didn't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. All relevant links will be in the description down below. Hopefully, I'll see all of you in the next one.